I'm Chad, and you're watching Squarebody Stuff. Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm going to be doing a few things on old Squeaky, and then hopefully heading to the racetrack. Now, if you watched my last video, we were able to finally get Squeaky and the 339 to the track, make a few passes. I think we made about 5 passes, and the last and final pass that we made was actually a best or record-setting PB, whatever you want to call it, for Squeaky without nitrous. It ran, what was it, like 9.0 in the 8th at 76 miles an hour. I did run them all the way out to the quarter, but as I was editing the video, watching me cross the quarter-mile line, I actually lifted just right before. But anyways, went to 14, something like that. I don't remember the mile an hour. But anyhow, you can go watch that video, find out what we did. We had some ups and downs on a few of the passes, but we're going to try to resolve some of those issues we had with the last video. I'll jump over here to our whiteboard, show you what I got on it. I've already got a couple things crossed off. First, we got alternator pulley. I'll explain what we need to do there, why I've got the alternator pulley on here. Shifter, yeah, if you watched my last video, I don't know what's different, or what changed, or what's going on. I haven't had any issues with the shifter placement and stuff in this truck so far, but for some reason, I was having some issues, and it just doesn't feel right now. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna try to move the shifter location around a little bit by heating up the shifter arm or lever and getting the shifter in a little better place. Of course, I got manual steering on there with a question mark, because we're not going to get to that right now, but I do have it on my board because I'm thinking about going ahead with manual steering on this thing for a couple reasons. Obviously, the power that the power steering pump takes away will help a little bit, and then also a little bit of weight savings, because the power steering pump is going to be gone and the manual steering box weighs less than the power steering box. So kind of a twofold thing there. And I've already got the clutch adjusted and the nut and bolt check. Just had it up on the stands, went through everything underneath the truck, made sure everything was still tight, made sure everything was still okay. So we're good there. Let me talk about the clutch adjustment real quick. At the track, the way I had this clutch adjusted, I didn't really like it, but I just kind of left it. Thought maybe it might be an advantage. I don't know. So I didn't mess with it too much. It's been the way that I've been driving it for a while. But at the track, if you watch the video, you can see that there's a couple times, and on my last pass, the best pass, I was kind of creeping through the beams. I didn't break the beams, but it was kind of creeping. Well, the reason means I've got the clutch, or it was adjusted to where it's almost all the way to the floor before it's disengaged. So I don't like them that way normally. That's the way it was. That's the way I had to set up, and I was just trying to deal with it until I decided how it was going to work at the track. But it didn't really work very well at the track, so I adjusted it out so it's got a little less free play at the top, and you don't have to go all the way to the floor to get it to disengage. Now, the reason I need to change my alternator pulley is because I've got one of these big underdriven pulleys on it, which, you know, because race truck. Now, I've also got underdriven pulleys on my crankshaft and water pump. The crankshaft pulley and the alternator pulley are about the same size, so it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. So it takes, I have to rev this thing up to about 3,500 RPM to actually get this thing to even start charging. And if there's any type of a draw on it, like my fans kick on, or my fan, I only got one fan now, if my fan kicks on, if I got the headlights on, I have to keep it revved up for it to stay charging. And if you watch the video, you can see there's a few times I was sitting there needlessly keeping the RPMs up, and that's the reason why. I was trying to keep the RPMs up because the air-fuel ratio gauge I just put in, which that's in the video prior to the last video, it has to see 13.5 volts before it will turn on and start doing its thing. So if the voltage drops below that, I've got to keep the RPMs up, it's got to reset and all that stuff. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, real quick before I start digging in this thing, I want to remind you guys we have what could be the biggest truck only drag event in the Midwest. At least that's what I'm gonna call it. You know, why not? Go big or go home. But Ryan Wing from Streetcar Chronicles and myself, along with a few other people, have put together a drag race event for trucks only called the Tailgate Throwdown. Now the Tailgate Throwdown is going to be at Newport Raceway in Newport, Arkansas. The dates are going to be May 31st, June 1st. We're going to have some testing and tuning on Friday the 31st, and then we're going to actually have the event on Saturday. So if you can come out Friday, we can probably play around, maybe have some grudge racing later on in the afternoon. We do have 5 official classes. We've got mini street, full-size street, stick shift, 28-10-5, and outlaw. And I've got all the trophies right here that I made up. I've actually got a video of kind of what I've done to make these, or at least get started on them. So if you got a truck you want to run down the drag strip, or you just want to come spectate and check out a bunch of cool trucks doing their thing on the drag strip, head down to Newport Raceway in Newport, Arkansas. Alright, I've already got my battery unhooked, so I don't have to worry about arcing anything out. And I could have probably done this on the truck. It's got a Allen key that you can put the Allen wrench in there and use a ratchet if you wanted to, or a box end or something to get that off there. But I like using my power tools. I'm gonna pop this thing back in the truck. Hopefully my belt's long enough or short enough. I may have to get another belt. Let's see if this belt's long enough. I don't think it's gonna be. No, nowhere close. Well, I just so happen to have one on the shelf or on the wall. Hopefully it'll hold together. Let's fire this thing up, see if the AFR gauge will come on and stay on while it's just idling without having to rev it up. That seems like that's going to work the way it's supposed to. Alright, so here's my deal with my shifter. I've got to kind of, you can see it's kind of angled back, which it really shouldn't matter too much. It feels great like this, but I know at the track it seemed like it was just too much of an angle. So I think I might straighten this back out and put the bend a little further back here and a little more straight up to try to get it about right here. And it'll be about right here. And I can still reach that. I just gotta make sure I can still reach it while I'm strapped in. So I hope this MAP gas torch puts out enough heat. I don't have the actual cutting torch setup I used to have, It was actually borrowed from a neighbor, and I don't have access to it right now. I don't have it, so we're gonna try this. I know a little propane torch wasn't gonna do it. Hopefully I don't catch anything on fire. Alright, I got myself strapped in. I've moved it around a little bit. It took both torches to really get this thing where I wanted it, or get it hot enough to get to where I wanted it. It was like down here. Now it's a little further away. I gotta have full extension of my arm to reach it. There's fourth, reverse. Okay, I got my shifter pretty much where I want it. I may mess around with it a little bit more. Got the alternator working the way it's supposed to be. So now we just gotta load up and hit the track. Okay, me and Jacob, or Jacob and I, for you grammar Nazis out there, we have made it to Ozark Raceway Park. And yeah, they're having some issues with their timing system. So we don't have any times right now, but they've went ahead and opened up the lanes and the track so we can just make some shakedown passes. And honestly, that's all I need to do right now, so it works out great. Hopefully they can get their things fixed and get some times for us. If not, oh well, it'll be what it'll be. We could just have some fun, get some testing done, and not worry about times. That might be the best thing for me. Anyways, so that's what we're doing. I'm gonna go ahead and suit up. We've got teched in, everything seems to be good. We got fresh fuel, we've got everything ready. So let's make a shakedown pass and see what old Squeaky will do. Let's just, let's see where their AFR is at. That's what we're doing right now. We're still fat. As long as my gauge is reading right, we're still pretty fat. So we'll go back to the pits. We'll pick Jacob up. And yeah. Missed fourth, but I wasn't really worried about that. Hope it didn't hurt fourth. He's running fat. Running way fat. Just a little bit. Ford wants to race me. I told him in a little while. I gotta get some stuff figured out first. Alright, well, forget my little drain bottle, so I always have to make a new one. And I didn't sharpen my knife, so it's pretty dull. Right now I've got 73s. Yeah, 73s in the primary, 82s in the secondaries. I think I'm gonna go with 70s and 80s, front and back. Because we're still running, what'd I say, 10 and a half. Still running plenty fat, so got room to lean it out. About 7,500 RPM to 75 miles an hour, and I was on the rev limiter at the 8. But we still don't have any time, so I'm not worried about that. But AFR is looking better. I'm not sure if I'm going to lean it out anymore because we're kind of in the heat of the day right now. The DA is like 3,000 feet. So I think we're pretty good with AFR right now. May just I'll pick Jacob up. We'll go back to truck, and hang out for a minute, then maybe go make another pass or two just to drive the truck. I'm launching it at 6,000 RPM now. That's the highest I've ever launched it, and it's loving it. Yeah. Making progress, we just don't have any time slips right now. It's kind of aggravating a little bit. So they just made an announcement, OPA, that they're not going to be able to get their timing system fixed. So we won't have any times. I've got a guy that friends with Kevin Horton. That the guy was here last week with the little black short bed. This guy's wanting. He's got a little S10, kind of a rat rod looking thing. It's the first time at the track with it. He knows my truck runs in the low 9s, so he was wanting to just pair up, run with me to kind of get an idea where his truck is at, since we don't have a timing system. So now I just got to make sure I can make a good clean pass so he can have something good to judge off of, and we should be able to do that. I don't know what my problem is. I get flustered easy and get too much going on, but I'm just gonna drive Squeaky, and he's doing good so far. Not making any more changes. I think the AFR is good for now, kind of in the heat of the day. You know, the next time we go to the track, it's gonna be down in Newport, Arkansas, so we're gonna have to make some changes there, but I'm getting close. We're getting her dialed in. I just wish we could get a timed pass today to get into the 8s, but officially, but Not gonna happen here, not today, folks. So that's just part of it.
Got an 8-second truck for sure. Yeah, that was just a nice, good pass. Alright, we're going to make another pass because I've got a camera on the rear frame rail so I can watch the suspension, and it didn't record. This camera didn't record. I'm not sure if this camera's even got anything. It's just showing one. I don't know what's going on now. Oh well. little bit later, a little bit slow. Only so much I can do with this transmission, but that was a good solid pass. I'm happy with it. I think I got all the cameras recording. Spun just a little bit off the line, but leaving a little harder off the line what I normally do, but it still took it. Most Quickie just likes to move. He just relies on poor me to make him do it. Can't hear the music. Alright, so you get the backside of Hula Girl's head. Sorry about that, but I just want to set the camera up because they got music blaring outside. Things are kind of winding down at the track. They're not ready to close up yet, but we're pretty much done. Without the timing system set up, it kind of ruined about most of the plans I had as far as making a certain time. We did, with Jacob's help, we did get some good data, I guess. Or, well, we made some changes.
Don't thank me for it. I forgot to turn the camera on.
Well, I forgot to turn the camera on in the cab too. So we both kind of screwed this all up. So I was hyping this video up in the beginning. You know, we're gonna make record passes. We're gonna be the world's fastest sm465 or granny low 4-speed and getting the 8 seconds and maybe the 7s with the bottle. But I made some really good passes. I'm feeling really comfortable with the truck again. So that was my main goal. Didn't get it super tuned, but you know, like I said, we're going to be going to Arkansas. It's going to be all different there. We'll have to make some test passes down there, but we got a better idea of on the tune, and truck's running good. It hooks good and pulls hard. I'm really happy with it. Got some things figured out because I'm launching at a higher RPM than I have been, and it's liking that. So we got some good information. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're gonna head out, go to home, and I'm gonna call on my old buddy Captain Morgan, and me and him will discuss some of this.
He offers some good input.
He does.
Sometimes.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's bad input, but alright, I appreciate you guys watching. Sorry that we didn't get any nitrous passes. We didn't really make a really good video for you guys, but it is what it is sometimes. We've done the best with what we had, and that's kind of my life story. Just do the best with what you got. So until next time, y'all keep your square bodies rolling. Don't forget to head over to Jacob's channel, Busted Grill Garage. Check him out. And yeah, got anything?
No.
Y'all keep your square bodies rolling. We'll catch you later.